Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Wanted to come on a little bit later than we normally stream, so if you miss out on this one, not too big a deal. Look, I mean, there's a few things to talk about. I was on Paul Barron earlier today. We were doing some analysis. It's, Blood Diamond so far looking like it's going to be nullified, continuing forward. I like the money flow there. So some good things, dodging some bearish bullish, which I like. Green Heiken-Ashi on the 3-day. There's a lot of stuff here. There's money flow coming up. There's a lot of good stuff here. I mean, you're coming into the weekend, so it may not play out as bullishly as some may hope for. What is that little? Wait a second. There's a little. Am I frozen? Wait a second. How did that? Hold on a second here. That's a little. I must be frozen, right? Oh man. There's some weird stuff. What is that thumbs up thing? Oh boy. What a pity. What a shame. What a shame. Completely frozen here. Well, you can still see the main screen, so that's all that matters. That thumbs up. We're gonna have to figure out what that entails, what that means. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, maybe I could just try one more thing. Oh, okay. We could try like this. Try like this. Okay. I don't have a problem with this. We'll do this way. What's up, BG? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, so like I've been mentioning, guys, still kind of in some swing alongs. Pretty boring situation. In the Discord, we have a new analyst. Well, some of you may know him. Nightshade, been around a while, been posting some good stuff. We got K-Mac in there posting a lot of good stuff for a while now. And so if you guys are interested, the link down below, check it out. I'm also going to be at Bitcoin Nashville, and I don't know when that's going to be. Let's see, about 1 or 2 weeks, about 2 weeks here. And we're going to be doing some type of meetup there or something. We'll figure it out. And, yeah. Trigger. Yeah, I mean, money flow, all this good stuff. YouTube tell us smash the like button. That's what it was looking like or whatever. So, whatever. I do scalp trades occasionally when the time is right. More so swing trades. Daily bull div, dead cat bounces. It could be. I mean, trigger wave, though, could play out here. A lot of people do think we'd come lower. I mean, if you compare it to over here, you know, this summer came down, consolidated, then continued forward. So, you know, if it's like that, you came up, then come back down. I mean, it depends. You know, it really depends. But as of right now, I think you may have a little bit more upside, potentially at least getting up to 60K. I would hope, I would think, you know. Potentially rejecting from VWAP. Right now probably would not be a good time to enter any trade, I would argue, aside from maybe some long-term swing trade. So, you know, if we, let's see, if we do continue forward, I mean, I'm looking at ETH hoping for 3,300. You know, you're going to probably be range bound a little bit, and then I would hope that we'd break upward here. I think we might. You know, I do think we might. Trigger wave forming on that 5-day. Not quite there on the weekly. We'll probably see it at a day and 22 hours from now when that one next candle starts. You know, money flow, I think, could continue quite a bit here. And there are some people, that's the most bearish in the comments I've seen on Paul Barron's, on the video, the collab I did with Paul Barron today, most bearish comments I've ever seen on any of his videos. So some people do think we got more bearishness ahead, that we market cycle top, over a year early in the 4-year cycle. Anything is possible, but I think we got more for the S&P 500. I think it's, you know, if the S&P 500 keeps going, the NASDAQ keeps going, I think it's pretty unlikely that crypto just, you know, stops while that keeps going. You feel me? So I'm kind of thinking here. Solana is another one. Been in a swing along on this, patiently waiting. I love how this looks right here in the 10-hour. A lot of good stuff. I think it's going to break upward. It could take its time though. That 3-day looks pretty good. 4-day forming something there. Weekly looks like you could repeat some situation like this. You know, I mean, obviously this would be absolutely crazy if you were to, you know, you're looking at 1600. It's about a 10x from here. Repeating that, it would be unlikely, but stranger things have happened. I think a more realistic prediction would be somewhere between 400 to 700 maybe. First we got to make a new all-time high. So yeah, still has not made a new all-time high yet. Still looks like, you know, Bitcoin, or excuse me, Ethereum in some ways. So coming down, we recover, then come up to one of these points. There was one prediction as the cycle high 1800. If you take half of that, 900. I would probably take a third to that at 600. What's up, AZTV? I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, are you guys? I would be more bullish to sideways right now. I like how Uniswap looks too. I mean, I don't think this is the time to be shorting. I think this is the time for swing longs and try to get up to 60K or even 64K. That's what I think. So yeah. It's coming up with the VWAP right there. Yeah. Everything looks decent. Everything looks decent. We could, reject and come down farther, but I like how some of this looks. That trigger wave didn't work out too well. You made a lower low on Chainlink, but the next one could play out later. Delayed effect. You may see a tight trigger wave in the 2-week there. ApeCoin, the biggest embarrassment. Maybe, just maybe, that 2-week could save the day, but I mean, at this point, I don't know how much I'd bet on that. Gonna hold the ApeCoin I do have. I mean, I'm only down about 50%. So we'll see what happens. One of my worst performers, but that's life. We looked at Una, Avalanche. We did look at that. Looks decent too. That, you had your drop down. Look at the 5-day coming into the gray right there. I mean, unless you think cycle top like here, maybe more like this situation, summer of 21. You know what I mean? A situation like that could bring you up to these highs. I think we got something here though. Mocha. It's a new one. We're talking about that one on Paul Barron. Tesla stock rejecting from that point, but trying to recover here. We did have, a drop down in a couple things. I was looking at Miami real estate, tight trigger wave forming right there, right to that point. Potentially continuing to follow this path. 50-point drop. And let's look at, what's up, John? Let's look at the S&P 500. The ES. Up to that point there. Is this even trading at the moment? Or let's see. Okay, yeah, so that ended. Yeah, it ended around 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. I don't see anything too bad in this as of yet. I mean, maybe if you saw this weekly give you bear div, I guess. It's not even a bear div forming, though. Daily is a bear div, but I don't know. I don't have a problem with what I'm seeing on the S&P 500. Maybe I'm wrong. I know some people have been predicting this would, see a significant correction. Maybe it will, but it looks like, I mean, just to give you guys some perspective here, you could, I mean, if you follow this trajectory into the election, you probably won't follow it exactly like this, but October, maybe election numbers would be around 6,000, low sixes. I don't know. I mean, it's on a spring. I mean, the thing too I saw was, I feel like anything Jamie Dimon says is usually the opposite happens, but inflation and interest rates may stay higher. So I don't know. Powell said he's gonna, kind of contradictory to what Powell said. Maybe Jamie's trying to bring the market down so you could buy some stuff. I don't know. But I do think it's a high likelihood that, and it seems like just the way we're going is where we kind of don't care if, inflation stays at 3% or whatever the hell it is right now. SPX. Oh, let's look at that. But real quickly, let's look at the Fed Watch tool. We'll look at XPX. 90% chance in September. So obviously it could change, but we'll see. I think that we're going to see. I mean, it's favored for 3 rate cuts by the end of the year. I don't know if you're going to see that many. I mean, that's a small favorite, but I think you'll probably at least see 2. I'm hoping for 3. I mean, the more the merrier if you want to refinance a mortgage. But yeah. Let's look at SPX. Similar situation. I'm not seeing anything too bad. Not seeing anything too bad. So that's my, that's my main perspective on, I mean, S&P 500. I mean, the one that more of us probably care about would be the NASDAQ. Similar situation. I would argue that's a little bit more bearish than the S&P 500, that 2-day. But still, your macro is not terrible. Your macro still is screaming general continuation. So I don't know. Could come down. I mean, based on the two-day, could come down. Maybe retest 20K would make sense. But yeah. Dixie's been taking a beating. Well, not a bad beating, but come back down to that area. Maybe we'll retest there. I don't know. I mean, there's a big area right there. Yeah. Red Hikinashi candle. W formation. Potentially, yeah, breaking upward on the Dixie. So if that does break upward, we would see a pullback. I mean, it is possible that, I just want to see that, oh yeah, that did mark kind of the bottom for S&P 500. But I mean, and it came up here while everything else kind of came up, so we'll see. It could come up with everything, theoretically. I'm not saying that's going to happen, though. Probably would be unlikely, but we'll see. I think the Dixie is a pretty hard thing to read. I think the Dixie is a pretty hard thing to read overall. Okay, so that was the Dixie. We did look at Tesla. Let me show you the leverage fund. This one's interesting. Retesting that point, jump off of there. That's for the 2x leverage fund. That's a gigantic W formation. Now, if we're looking at this, conservative $40 maybe, over a double from here. I think there's a lot more we could see with Tesla. I think there is. This one took a beating, right? A little bit, not really. Probably look at that point as potential bottom. It could be changing times. I mean, but I would argue, yeah, that trigger. When's the last time? Interesting. Last time we had, okay, it's 2001. Interesting. I would think in all likelihood this would jump here, but yeah, you are seeing some rare, well, based on that, you would jump. I don't know. I think there's better things to invest in, but based on the trigger wave, I would guess you would continue forward probably. Oh, man. I don't know. This is there's not enough volatility with this. 60x, my God. Wow. This is a bleeder. I don't really like Coke. I only drink Mexican Coke. Let's see here. Nike. Down to that point. Right there. Yeah, some of these are taking a beating. Thanks, Cryptodontus. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, some of these, but these aren't the, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point. It's coming down. I don't know. Chipotle. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read on some of these. I mean, I would kind of guess we're going to follow the same thing. That trigger wave will save the day on the 3-day, but yeah. It's a good point. Some of you guys got some. I wish I could. Some of these, they're just hard to read, I'd argue this doesn't look too bad. I mean, with Amazon and everything, I'd probably not bet against these, but I would rather buy Amazon than buy these. You know, a large market cap that's, you know, playing around with all-time highs here. 2-week looks pretty good. I think you would see continuation. I mean, you could see 300 something in a couple of years, maybe. $2 trillion market cap. What is AB? This? I have no idea what this is. Yeah, no idea. I wouldn't say not bad in the short term. Yeah, it could be somewhat of a gauge of the economy. Let's look at Polygon a little bit here. So you had that monthly, you know, blood diamond. Did that play out already? I think there's a decent shot. Yeah, it already played out. Hitting that point, we just got to, you know, kind of recover from here, which we're kind of trying to do. Atom is the other kind of disappointment. Yeah, you did make a lower low there. That is tough. But it does look decent. It does look like you may recover here for some of these. You get that wick down that to scare everybody away, you know. But speaking of the Fed pivoting and all that, you know, when we look at the, you know, the 10-year yield and all that, I mean, I would argue still pretty bearish, or still signifying potentially coming down farther, which is, you know, I think it will continue. And I think the Fed pivoting most likely in September will help that case. Will we see this do much? I think it would be generally bearish over the summer, sideways to more bearish, and then into the Fed pivoting. Probably a pretty... I mean, when did the Fed start to raise rates? Right around here, I believe. So, yeah, you just shot up. So, what goes up must come down. It'll probably go down obviously slower than the way it came up, but, yeah. But yeah, thanks again, Cryptodontist. It's always good to hear that. I think I was watching that. I think I did pretty well, yeah. Glad you think so. Shout out to the Cryptodontist. Appreciate you guys. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. I didn't even, okay. I saw that, yeah, they're changing the ticker. I don't know. I don't follow render that closely. Based on the 2-day here, in terms of how deep that money flow is, you might be brewing something here. This could jump. It could jump, but we'll see. Well, let's look at total 3 minus tether to do a little gauge of alts right now. So, I mean, that don't look too wrecked to me. You know, it looks red, it's going down, but now you're getting some type of relief. I mean, that weekly, you know, you're getting something here. Trying to jump up there. Yeah. You got a good shot, I would say. I think you got a good shot here. Now, if we put this against Bitcoin, you know, that thing has been kind of choppy, but generally coming down. But could we be brewing something on the 2-week? Maybe. We definitely got to see here. Let's look at Bitcoin D, Bitcoin dominance. Pretty bearish, I would argue. And the more hints at the Fed pivoting, the more bearish it would likely be for Bitcoin dominance, and the more bullish it would be for altcoins. The fight, you're talking about Jake Paul, Mike Perry? No. Not going to that, but I'll be at the Bitcoin Nashville. If you guys want to get a ticket for Bitcoin Nashville, I think they go up in price today or tomorrow. I don't know. Check out the link down below, though, for 10% off. And the discount code down below. Cardano, I like how this kind of looks. You know, she's making her recovery. So I kind of do like, yeah. What's up, Chili Rainbow? Going up here. So, yeah. That looks good too, that 3-day. Cardano, I think, could get back up to at least 45 here. I know people hate Cardano, but look, I'm just being objective with the chart. It looks like it could come up a bit. Cardano, Bitcoin, big area. I like the 2 week. I mean, this could be bottoming out for some of these guys. Really could be. What do you do that the Bitcoin event's not going to line up? Yeah. You watch the Lions speak. You watch Trump speak. He's going to be at Bitcoin, big conference in Nashville. I was just looking at 8-point. We'll see what happens. I still don't know if this is the best chart, but we take what we have. We take what we can get, you know? We take what we can get. Yeah, money flow, yeah. We'll see what happens. I had no promises here. We take what we can get. Oh yeah. I don't even. This could start jumping. I like the daily here. Isn't that? Yeah. Oh no, it's different. I don't know. Same shit. I don't know. Could jump. I don't know. How about the Andrew Tate coin? Jumping. So that could be, it could be something here. This would be my favorite potential like meme right now that could do something, but I have no idea. I don't know. Are ape NFTs dropping? I don't know. How can you lose buying ape? Probably not. Yeah, it's all or nothing here. Bitcoin may drop again this weekend. I don't know. I would guess more on the bull side, but I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see. Man. NVIDIA. That's what I'm thinking, BG. That's what I'm most likely thinking. Hopefully a crypto weekend pump. I think some people may buy. You get your paychecks and you put that in. What was I going to look at? We want oil to generally reject from this point, which is looking like it may. To keep inflation under control, which I think it might. Same deal for cattle. I mean, it's so far it's looking like soft landing situation. Trump is the catalyst somewhat. I would say so. 4-year cycle is also the catalyst, supply and demand. So yeah. Let's look at ETH versus Bitcoin. A little ETH versus Bitcoin never hurt nobody. I think it looks good. I don't know when. Do you guys know when like ETH, ETF? When's the freaking? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would think it would be bullish for ETH, but not bullish as those articles say. You know what I mean? I mean, if you believe in the Fourier cycle at all, this would be, it would be buying dip area. This would be buying dip. I mean, for a blue chip is down about 30%. That's by the dip territory, especially in the Fourier cycle, especially in a halving year. That's all I'm going to say here. If you look at what happened last year, I mean, this drop, 20 similar situation. Could go lower, sure. Could absolutely go lower. Do I think it will? Probably not. I mean, yeah, 2,400 potentially, sure. Anything could happen. But as of right now, I think that until you lose this area right at 2,800, you're still generally in the bull. Excuse me. Yeah, we definitely got to see. I mean, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. I wanted to look at a few of the, like, Matic. I was curious about some of these. Because the Cardano one was looking decent. That was showing some signs of life. AVAX BTC I want to look at. That's probably still, yeah, above the low. Don't have a problem with this chart too much. Let's see, what are some other ones? Una Bitcoin could be interesting. I haven't not looked at that in a while. Let's actually look at that in Coinbase. Okay, that's not, yeah. That's not as, yeah. Right there. How about Aave? Nah, I don't have a problem with this chart. I don't have a problem with Aave. Aave Bitcoin is probably a complete nightmare, yeah. That's only going back to 21 though. Yeah, I don't know. Don't have a problem with that 2 week. Yeah, we've talked a lot about XRP versus Bitcoin. Look, I mean, there's a good shot that it could jump here significantly. Will XRP outperform Matic or Polkadot or a lot of other shit? Probably not, but maybe. Who knows? Polkadot versus Bitcoin, kind of in no man's land, but if you're going to jump, it's going to be here. I was curious about another one that was an absolute bloodbath, absolute nightmare, was Zcash trying to come back from the depths of hell here. We'll see what the hell happens. 2 week green hike in Ashi, I don't know. Man, I mean, do you guys think XRP is something that can make you rich? I mean, I don't. I think it could do something, but I don't think it's gonna make many people rich buying it at 50 cents or 48 cents or whatever the hell, you know. I mean, yeah, an all-time high, you could get something maybe. That was an insane all-time high in 2018. Do I think it's gonna get there? Probably not, man. I mean, just basic common sense would tell you no. Can it get up to $1 again? Absolutely. I mean, it could double easily. Could do more than that? Maybe. Could make a new all-time high? Oof, I have no clue. So yeah. Looking at the video here. I mean, I feel like there's just better things to mess with. It could still do something. There could be some gas left in the tank, who the hell knows? But I mean, you're probably gonna start bleeding against some other blue chips. I mean, the money, people are gonna convert this into Amazon, Apple stock, Tesla. Yeah, they're gonna convert it to a lot of stuff. So I don't know. The thing that we got to realize too, guys, is let's just look at NASDAQ versus S&P 500. You know, if you wanted something, we'll look at NASDAQ versus S&P 500. So generally something that all that does, I mean, you had this nightmare here with the dot bomb bubble, all that. You know, you came down freaking 60 something percent, and then it took you forever to recover against that. So I'll give you that. That was, you know, no bueno. On the macro, though, you still did outperform. And you probably will continue to outperform. I mean, this probably is going to be known as kind of how the S&P 500 is known right now. And you still could get a dividend with the triple Q. What we want to look at is probably Bitcoin versus NASDAQ. You know, that's an important thing to look at. That's another thing that generally outperforms. You know, we were just looking at what outperforms the most shit. Like, you know, it's looking like Bitcoin really is the thing, as long as we could hold this damn area. Now, the monthly is a little bit concerning. I think that I would compare this more to here, you know, and I would compare this one to this one, and I would compare this one to probably a lower one that we'll see sometime in 2025. That will probably mark a top over there. That was right, May of 21, then right there, yeah. It didn't, oh, that's what's wild here, because it didn't make a damn... Because if you're just trying to outperform the NASDAQ, it didn't make a new all-time high. It still has not made a damn new all-time high against the NASDAQ. I think it will, though. But, you know, it's... If you're looking at here, this is the big... This we want to... Let me just lock that and set a timer. Yeah, I want to know when price hits that sometime in 25 or 26. And how much could this... outperform this by maybe 100 to 200% Bitcoin. And if we let's look at ETH versus NASDAQ. That's probably an even bloodier. That's interesting because you really didn't. Yeah, that is interesting. That would be more of a Bitcoin maxi case to make here. I do think that you're going to continue forward though and get higher here. So yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, let's look at H-bar. I think it's a big important point. I think you could jump from here. I think you got a decent shot. That's all I'm going to say on this. The chart's a little weird, but I think it's going to bounce more here. Wild? I've not looked at that in a minute. I don't know. This is kind of a wild card here. I don't know if I'd want to mess with this. I feel like it's kind of a BS project, but yeah, I could jump here. I see what you're looking at. You might have it right. Oh, are you talking? Wait, BG. Go into more. You're talking about the left shoulder? Which shoulder are you talking about? Wait, I want to know more details, BG. Let's see if you're able to tell what because I've been working on the shoulder for a long time, man. I've been working on I want to know what you're seeing from it's gotten better to left shoulder, more activation, all that. I've been working with a trainer for a while. Chiropractic never did much for me, man. I don't know. Attacking my shoulder? Oh, this one? You're saying? This one you're talking about? The left shoulder, yeah. No, I'm always consciously trying to... Yeah. The neck is what's tight. The shoulder doesn't really bother me. What do you mean by attacking, though? I'm curious what do you mean by attacking? I was going like this because my neck is tight. But it's gotten better, you know, there's only so much you could do, I mean. Oh, am I? I'm massaging my shoulder? That's interesting. I feel like I'm not, though. Weird. Okay. Interesting. I feel like I go like this more so. That's the right arm. Huh. Anyway, you guys don't care about this, I don't think. But yeah. His shoulder is not hurt. It's just stuck forward, the left shoulder. Kind of a wing scapula. But it's gotten better. I mean, I've been working with the guy for a while for it. So, you know, making progress. Read John Sarno. You know, mind muscle connection. You know, you try to do the best you can, you know. But yeah. It's life. But we get through these things. Trying to think here. Yeah. But I just want to be clear, BG. It's this shoulder is the one by the microphone is the one that you think has an issue. Because if you think it's the right one, because the right one's not the bad one. It's the left. It's the left side. So yeah. Collarbone on the right side. Oh, that's pretty rough. Anyway, guys, not too much. You know, I wanted to look at. Remember how? Oh man, like these like water stocks, straight up, and then yeah. Came down because commodities. People have talked about water. I remember in The Big Short, Brad Pitt's character talked about water. I don't know. It's like a gold. Trying to come up a little bit more. Probably will. I think it will continue to do well, just like silver, probably. Yeah. COVID was the bottom there, and then yeah. 2,900 in gold, I believe it. Yeah. I think silver's got more potential though. Yeah, 29, that's the fib level, yeah. I was trying to come down here. Yeah, not too much else to really talk about. If you guys are interested in the Discord, we got Nightshade in there posting a lot of really good stuff. You know, new analyst. So he's been an active member for a while, but got his own channel now. Proud of Nightshade. He's in there. If you guys want a free month, if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below, deposit at least $100. Give you one free month in there. Just open a support ticket with your UID. We'll get you sorted. So yeah. Fib trader, yeah. There's a lot of people who trade well with fibs. I know Kimba did that or does that. So yeah, I mean, wrong one. The yen still not doing it. I think some of the foreign currencies may try to. It's probably really cheap to go to Japan, right? I would think because of this. Maybe not. But yeah, I think I think some of the foreign currencies will start to do better theoretically with the Fed pivoting. Peso could. I don't think it's completely over for the peso. But yeah. Right there. for Alphabet. Yeah, I could see this seeing a little sign. Oh yeah, Alphabet will see a little pullback. Did damn well though. Like if you got into this over there, 26. Jeez. You probably see a little pullback, then continue 250 by end of year. Or something. I don't know about 250, but you know, you got me. I mean, that's the thing here. When you zoom out, like that was 08. Like let's just look at this here. Worst recession since Great Depression, 65% correction. And then a 45%er. I mean, that was a recession in my book. You count that as a recession. Now, you know, this was 08 to 22. It's a long-ass time. But if we do, you know, this was 20, let's say we do to 2030, you know, generally like 10 years or something, 730, you know. I'm not saying that high, but I mean, you could see a lot of shit, you know, maybe 28, you know. You could see some higher numbers for these. You know, you could see, you know, big market caps, NASDAQ continuing to do well, you know. Just saying. This is probably another one that just generally outperforms. Yeah. Generally outperforms the NASDAQ. It doesn't look as good as like the Apple, ND. I mean, the one that looks the best right now is probably Tesla, but oh yeah, this had a rough 1990s. Yeah. But then really, you know, really started to come back there. That area was just voluptuous. But yeah, really appreciate you guys. Check out the Discord. Check out all that good stuff. If you guys want to go to Bitcoin Nashville, the conference, 2024, end of month. Link in description below. 10% off with my discount code. Just summarize. I think things still look pretty good. I think we're going to continue forward here. I think it could be a bullish weekend if I had to guess, but it's kind of hard to predict the weekends a lot of times. The 6 hour looks good. I'll see you guys soon in Discord. We'll do a chat with me pretty soon. All right, guys. Hope you have a great night. I'm probably going to do some breathing exercises and then go to bed.